Climate change is undeniably the challenge of our times and for generations to come. Now, if we look at what one of the principal needs for change in this is energy. Energy contributes to over 80% of emissions, and this is something that needs to be tackled and tackled immediately. I'm here with Farokh Ghadially, Vice President for our Channel and Partners business, so welcome Farokh. We're here to talk about what we can do to make a positive difference on this vital and necessary topic. So Farokh, Schneider has coined this phrase, this phrase which really I think encapsulated, which is this new energy landscape. Not the energy landscape we have today, but this evolving and new one. Tell me, what does it mean?
Absolutely, Gareth. The new energy landscape is growing really, really fast. It's become a bit of an industry term now. People, organizations, industries, they're all not only consuming power and energy, but they're also now producing as well as storing energy and power, which is leading to this new breed of customers that we call as prosumers. We produce as well as consume. So this new class of customers is really driving this new landscape, first of all. In the backdrop, then we have this whole new push with sustainability, right? The corporate push on sustainability. And with sustainability, we are seeing electrification and digitization really take on. And when this happens, we are driving down the use of fossil fuels, which is increasing the use of e-mobility or EVs and microgrids and battery storage systems. And that's this new energy landscape that we are talking about. In fact, from Schneider's perspective, it's such a big landscape that we're trying to attack it in three ways. One is for the residential market, one is for the commercial industrial market, and then one is for the large-scale end users.
We see this concept of distributed energy, some call it microgrids. We see the rise of e-mobility or electrification of transport, and the term you used was prosumer. Let's elaborate on this a bit more. Where do you see it happening?
I'll start with microgrids. So microgrid is basically the integration of various technologies. One is renewable energies, so renewable energy sources. The other is energy storage systems, and the third is smart grids. And when we have a combination of these, we coordinate them to produce, store, and consume energy smartly. And when we say smartly, we maximize efficiency and build reliability into the system. So this is where we are seeing customers actually come to us and say, help me build a microgrid on my installation because I want to achieve these goals. E-mobility, it's pretty straightforward. We want to electrify mobility. And when we talk about electrification of mobility, it's about getting rid of fossil fuels. And as we continue to do that in Australia, in fact, I would say Australia is a bit of a laggard here. We are one of two countries, together with Russia, believe it or not, two OECD countries that do not subscribe to the fuel efficiency standards. That's kind of stifling the market today with EVs. And we are strongly advocating with the EV Council to open up that flow. But when that happens, and in fact, the 2050 target for net zero, 15% of that needs to come from the EV transition. So EVs will play a huge role in the transition, in the energy transition for Australia.
So speaking of things moving at speed, there's a lot of things happening here in this new energy landscape, lots of moving parts, and some markets are moving faster than others, particularly on renewables and decarbonisation. What's the dynamic? What do you see?
Yeah, I'll actually say Australia is a leader in some places. If I take the example of the residential solar market or the rooftop solar market, I'd say more than 1 in 3 houses today have a solar, have a solar panel on their roof. Today, I think the last I saw, 20 gigawatts of power is being generated through rooftop solar. That's nearly a quarter of Australia's renewable energy production, which is huge. So I think Australia has been best in class as far as rooftop solar is concerned. On the other hand, if you look at e-mobility, it's probably not the same. Our penetration with EVs is approximately 7.4% as of today. New Zealand, slightly ahead. Our Kiwi friends are at 20%, and Norway is at 80%. So without a doubt, there's a long way for Australia to go here. And the other thing we're seeing in the market is, as you would have heard, is Victoria, ACT, they've decided to have a policy against gas. As that happens, we are seeing a market of degasification or further electrification of buildings starting to appear. So it's a really interesting dynamic for the electrical industry, and I'm really excited about it.
It's very exciting.
So this climate challenge that this generation discovered is something that this generation must solve. And what we've spoken about today is the technology exists today to make it happen. This combination of a new energy landscape of distributed energy, of decarbonized electricity generation, of demand side management, of energy efficiency, and they're all held together by a secure digital fabric that makes it all come home. This is something that we here at Schneider Electric are so passionate about in making happen. We want to work with our customers, with our clients, and of course our channel partners in making this a reality, because it is simply something that we must do for a cooler planet.